Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we dive into the most pressing stories from around the world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm excited to share today's top news with you. As we begin, let's take a look at a complex and fascinating story unfolding in the Eastern Mediterranean. The island of Cyprus has been a focal point of international attention for decades, and recent developments have brought it back into the spotlight. The Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is gearing up for elections, which will have significant implications not only for the island, but also for the broader region. At the heart of this story are two main candidates, the incumbent president, Ersin Tatar's ally, and the opposition leader, Erdogan. The outcome of these elections will be crucial in determining the future of Cyprus and its relationship with Turkey. Erdogan's campaign has been focused on promoting a message of cautious diplomacy, seeking to balance the needs and interests of Turkish Cypriots with those of their counterparts in the south, as well as the international community. On the other hand, Tatar's ally is seen as closely aligned with the policies of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who has been increasingly assertive in his foreign policy endeavors. The situation is further complicated by the demographic changes taking place in northern Cyprus, where an influx of new citizens from Turkey has altered the electoral landscape. Native Turkish Cypriots now make up around 60% of the electorate, which could significantly impact the outcome of the elections. As we consider the implications of these developments, it's essential to acknowledge the complex historical context and the diverse perspectives at play. The Cyprus dispute is a long-standing issue, with deep-rooted concerns and competing interests. In our analysis, we strive to provide a balanced view, recognizing the valid concerns and aspirations of all parties involved. We'll continue to monitor the situation closely and bring you updates as more information becomes available. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're glad you're still with us as we delve into more news from around the world. In our last segment, we explored some fascinating developments in the tech industry. Now, let's shift our focus to a tragic event that has shaken communities in Myanmar and Ukraine. We have two developing stories for you today. Firstly, at least 24 people were killed and 47 others wounded when a paraglider dropped bombs on a Buddhist festival in central Myanmar. The attack occurred during the Thadingyut Festival, a national holiday with Buddhist roots, which was also being used as an opportunity to protest against the country's military junta. Eyewitnesses described the scene as chaotic, with children among those killed or injured. This incident is part of a broader context of conflict in Myanmar, where the military seized power in a coup in 2021. The United Nations estimates that over 5,000 civilians have been killed since then. Human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, have condemned the use of motorized paragliders to attack communities, calling it a disturbing trend and urging greater protection for civilians. In related news, Ukraine is facing its own challenges as Russia continues to target the country's energy infrastructure. Overnight strikes hit several regions, including Chernihiv, Kherson, and Dnipropetrovsk. The Ukrainian Air Force reported intercepting or jamming over 150 Russian drones. Meanwhile, Ukrainian rockets struck the Belgorod region in Russia, causing casualties. It's essential to approach these stories with empathy and understanding, recognizing the complex geopolitical dynamics at play. Both Myanmar and Ukraine are experiencing profound humanitarian crises that demand international attention and cooperation. As we continue to monitor these situations, it's crucial to prioritize accuracy and fairness in our reporting. We will keep you updated on any developments and provide context to help you understand the intricacies of these conflicts. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to bring your attention to a fascinating story from Cameroon, where a woman is making waves in the country's political landscape. Tonamo Namenjoya, the widow of a prominent opposition figure, has taken on the challenge of running for president against the incumbent, 92-year-old Paul Biya, who has been in power for 4 decades. Ndamoya's candidacy is significant, not only because she's a woman in a male-dominated field, but also because she's gained support from various factions within the opposition. Her message of unity and change resonates with many Cameroonians, particularly the younger generation, who are eager for a new era of leadership. As we explore this story, it's essential to acknowledge the complexities of Cameroonian politics, including the ongoing Anglophone crisis and the country's history of authoritarian rule. Ndamoya's platform focuses on addressing these issues, promoting federalism, and combating youth unemployment. What's striking about Ndamoya's campaign is her ability to connect with people both within Cameroon and in the diaspora. She's leveraged social media platforms to reach a broader audience and has even traveled to Europe to engage with Cameroonian communities abroad. While some may view her candidacy as a long shot, it's crucial to recognize the importance of her participation in the democratic process. Ndamoya's courage and determination can inspire others to get involved in politics and work towards creating positive change in their communities. As we conclude this segment, I'd like to emphasize that the outcome of Cameroon's presidential election is uncertain, and it's crucial to respect the democratic process and the will of the Cameroonian people. Regardless of the result, Ndamoya's candidacy has already made a significant impact by challenging the status quo and pushing for greater representation and inclusivity in politics. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay engaged.